I'm just going to quickly finish that question that Letta and I were struggling with a little bit earlier. Letta, are you back?
Yes, I'm back with you.
Okay, let's quickly deal with this question. Okay, I've seen these kind of questions in different variations. And
Hello.
Hi, are you with me?
Yes.
Okay, let me just write the question down, then we'll discuss it. Okay,
Okay.
I've seen questions coming up like this in different variations, and sometimes you need to play around with them. I just didn't want to play around with it on air because then we're wasting people's time. Okay? But sometimes it's the kind of question that you may need to come back to in your exam if you try something first and it doesn't succeed, like we hit a dead end earlier. Okay? Now,
so I must just move on and then come back later.
Move on and come back to it. Okay?
Okay.
I spent a bit of time with it when I got off the phone with you, and I saw it immediately. But maybe it's not the kind of thing that you'll see when you first look at it. Maybe you need to do this and come back. Okay. So what we did earlier was we changed this to cos 20, and I like that. So let's keep that cos 20. Okay. Then the minus sine 50, instead of changing it to 60 minus 10. Which is not incorrect. It just leads to a dead end. But it was a good attempt. But we're going to try now 20 and 30, and 20 and 20 is nice because we've got a 20 here in the question as well. So
20 plus 30.
20 plus 30. So it becomes sine 30 cos 20. Are you with me? Because this, let's just write it down so that for other people they can sine 30 plus 20. That's what I'm doing.
Sine 30 cos 20.
Sine 30 cos 20.
Minus cos 30.
Minus cos 30.
30. Sine 20.
I like it. Okay, now, cos 20 I'm going to leave as it is because I can't really do anything with it, right?
Okay.
Okay, but this minus sine 30, what does that become? What is sine 30?
Oopsie, sine 30 is a half.
A half. So it becomes a half cos 20.
So it's minus a half.
Okay, minus a half, because these two are now like terms. Cos 20 minus a half cos 20. Later on I'll simplify that. Then I bring this minus into the bracket. It becomes positive. What is cos 30?
Cos 30 is root 3 over 2.
So root 3 over 2 sine 20. Do you agree? Okay, now this cos 20 plus cos 20 minus a half cos 20 leaves me with a half cos 20. Do you agree?
Oh, common factor, yeah?
Yeah, kind of like a common factor. It's the same as if I have one apple minus a half an apple, I'm left with half an apple. Okay, then I have plus my root 3 over 2 sine 20. Are you with me?
Okay.
Now notice that this looks kind of like one of those formulas where you have something cos 20 plus something sine 20. So it looks like a sine formula. And what gives me a half? What sine gives me a half? Sine of what?
Sine 30.
Sine 30, good. And does root 3 over 2, does cos 30 give me root 3 over 2?
Cos 30.
Okay, so have a look what happens. I end up with a half cos 20 becomes sine 30 cos 20. Do you agree? Then I have this. Let's see what we've done here. This should be a positive over here because 30 plus 20, and that makes this a negative. We've actually just made a little mistake on our signs over here. We'll eventually get this question right. Okay, because sine 20 and 30, so it's a plus there. And when I bring this negative in, that should be a minus there and a minus there. Are you with me?
So, a minus and a minus gives you a plus.
Okay, no. Okay, let me just go through the signs again with you.
Okay.
I'm changing the sine 50 to a sine 30 plus 20. Right? Which means 30 plus 20, it needs a plus in there. Okay, you with me?
Yes.
Then when I bring this negative in, the first one becomes a negative, and then a negative times a positive also stays negative.
Okay.
Okay, so I end up with a negative there and a negative there. And then down here, it's still a negative. Are you with me?
Okay.
So over here, it's still a negative.
Okay.
So root 3 over 2 becomes cos 30, and then I have the sine 20 over here. And now you've got to actually look for it. When you end up at this stage over here and you have your half, you need to ask yourself, okay, I want to convert back to signs. So sine of what gives me a half? Sine of 30. What gives me root 3 over 2? I've got a sine this, I want a cos 30. So I plug them in and see what happens. What does this look like? Sine 30 cos 20 minus cos 30 sine 20.
It's the same as one of the formulas, but I can't remember which one.
It's the same as sine, no, sine A minus B. Be careful. What does sine A minus B become? Off the top of your head, Aletta, what does sine A minus B become?
Sine A cos B minus cos A sine B.
Sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. Correct. So if 30 is your A and 20 is your B, what does it become?
So it's sine 30. Sine 30 minus 20, then it's sine 10.
Which is sine 10.
Sine 10. Oh, thank you.
Okay, now my recommendation is that you redo it.
Okay.
Take a pen and paper right now while it's still fresh and take the question from start to finish.
Do it again. Okay.
Okay, guys, that was a letter. And we almost got that question wrong twice. That would have been quite embarrassing, but we eventually got there. So just be careful, sign errors. We're all human. It's very easy to make mistakes. If you get good at what you do, sometimes it's easier to pick up on those mistakes, and that comes with practice.
Yeah.